Good morning. Hello, everybody. Hello, Maru. Yay. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can't. Trying to get that set up is always fun. Fun! Whoo, boy. All right. Still talking, waiting to make sure. It looks like you can. Let me see. I can double check this. Ready to hear double? Great. Kind of seems like you can't hear me. Always fun. Fun. Okay. I guess I had myself on mute. All right. Never mind, you can hear me. Hooray, I did it. I'm successful. Yay, thank you, Marie. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. You know what I need to be able to do is get a new cable so that I can use my microphone. Then I don't have to worry about this issue. It's just magic. It just happens all on its own. It's great. You did. You got me so good, Maru. So good. Oh, my God. My brain is not functioning at full capacity today, so get excited. Hello, not yet. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hello. We're going to do some yoga, and today we're going to do some yoga, and it's going to be nice, and whatever feels good is what we're going to do today, because that's what sounds good, and we'll see what that looks like as we get going. Oh, my God. You know what's really funny? Because I've got this purple background. You can't see the purple in my hair. Weird. Anyway, see, I'm very distracted. I'm so distracted today. Okay, right. We need music. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that music. I'll be right back. Ha, sing while yogaing? No, sir. No, sir. I am not. I did show choir in high school, and that is enough of all the movement and the singing at the same time, and musicals. Those two things, I did. I did those. Yoga and singing sounds difficult. Although I have heard of people doing yoga classes to like live music, which sounds loud to me. But hey, you know what? It's crazy. There are all kinds of yoga out there in the world with all kinds of sounds that people choose to do with it, including yoga, rage yoga, in which people just yell and curse throughout the whole thing. There's like rock yoga, which is similar. I don't know. You've seen goat yoga, I'm sure. There's just everything you can imagine. Yoga's like the internet. If you think it up, it probably has already happened. It's a crazy world. Yep, rage yoga. Yep, you got it, not yet. For $400, I might do a musical episode of a yoga stream. That's true, Maru, yay. Oh, okay, let's do it. Let's do some yoga. Get my brain functioning better today. We're going to start on our backs because that sounds nice. And that's what we're doing. We're doing what sounds nice today. Okay, so start on your back. Find a comfortable position. Oh, it's just Streamlabs. Streamlabs, why are you so loud? One day I'll figure Streamlabs out. One day. Okay. You know what's weird is when I turn on different lights, it creates different shadows on my dumb popcorn ceiling. And I'm like, is that a bug? I do this all the time. Anyway, just wanted to share that random bit of useless information with you. Hi, Potter Boy. Hey, thank you. Here, I'll turn this way so I can actually see you while we begin. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay, we're just beginning. You came at the right time. So we're starting on our backs. Okay. Now, this is the time when I get my brain to maybe sort of focus. Let's just focus on the breath for just a moment. Just see where it is. Just notice it. And then let's switch. So we're going to inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. This is a nice relaxing breath. Helps relax the jaw. And let the exhales be audible as much as you can. All right, let's switch the breath to in and out through the nose. And I'm kind of stopped up today, so if you feel similarly, you don't have to breathe in and out through the nose. It's just the breath we're working towards. Oh, I'm sorry that you can't be in Tombstone, Potter Boy. I'm glad you're looking forward to Wildcards. I am too. It's coming back soon. I think Tombstone's going to be fun, so we'll share with all of you. You have to keep an eye on our socials. All right, so take a moment here and just scan through the body a little bit. Move from the head to the toes just to kind of become aware of how you're feeling today. I think one of the biggest benefits of yoga practice is this awareness.
Hey, pizza! Oh, all right, just wait. What is it? Can you just shove it in my mouth? Don't you be a smart ass.
What is happening?
The Atrocity Channel.
Yes, it is next Friday. Hang on.
Is it ready? Here you go.
It's the beginning of this song, I guess. Okay. There we go. Me too. I want pizza. Everybody eats pizza for lunch. All right. So let's stretch through the body here. Reach arms over the head. Reach from fingertips to toes. Oh. And let's switch to alternating knees to chest. So for that, exhale, draw one knee in, the hands go behind the knee, join on the thigh. Inhale, arms that leg back out. We'll exhale the opposite knee in. All right, so we're continuing from side to side. I'm really fascinated by this synth music because it's really hard to find Halloween music playlists that are royalty free. Creative Commons. So I've been doing synth, which has kind of a, like, I'm looking for horror synth, which of course is not always easy. But it's kind of interesting, the music I end up with. I actually really like synth, like 80s synth. But yeah. Ooh, you're at a convention? Hopefully you can find one, Potter Boy. I know that they're out in stores and things, so, although I've heard some people say they sell out fast. All right, let's find one more on both sides. Then let's come into knees to chest. I don't know what's happening with this music. It's great. It's very Halloween. Ooh, spooky yelling. All right. Let's rock side to side and massage the back. Well, I hope you can find it. Ooh, I think my talkie music lost me half of my people. Oh. I hope we have more music like this. All right, let's come back to center with our rocking, and we're going to switch to hip-knee circles. So hands to the outside of our knees. On an inhale at knees fall open, we'll start to drop feet towards the mat. Then we'll bring knees back together and exhale knees to chest. And just go with the breath at your own pace. buy the essentials box now too? That's exciting. All right, let's take these circles in the opposite direction. And with the breath, you're always exhaling as the knees come in towards the chest, inhaling as they move away. Let's find one more circle. And then after the last one, we're going to do my absolute favorite thing, which is dropping our feet to the mat. We're going to take arms out to a T, and we're going to move to a twist. So on an exhale, let both knees fall to one side. We'll inhale them to the other side. We'll exhale back to the first side, and just continue with those deep breaths. Whoa! Wait, what's over 100 pounds? And which meaning of pounds? Money pounds? Weight pounds? It can't be 100 pounds in weight, right? Ah. The English language and the world is a strange place. All right, let's find one more on both sides. And then after the last one, let's roll onto one side. And we're gonna come up and around to all fours. And then once here, if you want to add cushion under your knees, feel free to do so. I have this, I think it's a meditation foam pad thing. My client bought it for me. That's very helpful, but you can roll up a mat a little bit if you have one. You can use a blanket, you can use whatever you got. All right, but make sure the money version, okay. I was like, wow, it weighs so much. Okay, so make sure joints are stacked. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We're gonna flow through cat-cow. On the exhale, we'll start with cat, rounding through the spine. On the inhale, we'll move to cow, curving through the spine. And just continue with the breath at your own pace, always moving from the tailbone to the head. Fingers are spread wide, we're pressing out with the fingertips, or use fist to wrist, which I'm probably going to do a lot of today because my wrists don't like me lately. So you can do that to take some pressure off. It's very helpful. Yeah, that makes sense, Potter Boy, that it's that price. There's a lot of really cool stuff in that box. Super cool, so I'm cool with that. But still, it's a lot. Let's find one more through both. That's probably for the best, that it's not that kind of heavy. All right, once back here, let's do lateral flexion because it'll feel nice, which is what we're doing today. All right, so on an exhale, we're gonna look back towards our feet. We'll inhale center, and we'll exhale to the other side. And just going with the breath from side to side, always at your own pace. You don't have to go at mine. Let's find one more on both sides. Then let's come back to center. Hello to anyone joining us. And once here, let's find spinal balance today. So on an inhale, we're going to take the right arm and the left leg out in line with the spine. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg. We're reaching from field fingertips. We're going to exhale, release. We'll switch sides, left arm, right leg. Good, and we're just continuing side to side. Going with the breath. one more on both sides. And after the last one, let's come back to child's pose. We're going to sit back on our heels, forehead to the mat. And we can take a moment and just rock side to side, massaging the hips. All right, let's do a few push-ups today. I haven't done these for a little while. So on an inhale, let's come forward to kneeling plank, shoulders stack over wrists, hips past knees. Shift the body weight forward a little bit more. Exhale, bend elbows to kneeling crocodile without dropping hips or belly to the mat. Inhale, push back to kneeling plank. Exhale, child's pose. And just going with the breath at your own pace. I need my knee support back. Knee support. Let's do one more. Well, let's meet back in child's pose, and once here, let's switch to down dog. So we're going to curl toes under, lift the tailbone to the highest point, and we'll alternate heel press. So pressing down on one heel, bending the other knee. Ooh, switching back and forth, going with the breath. All right, from here, let's walk to the top of the mat, and I'm going to grab these things really quick. All right, so from here, let's step back with the right foot to a runner's lunge. And in this runner's lunge, make sure the front knee stacks on top of the front ankle. So you obviously don't have to have blocks. You can have hands on the mat or on anything else. You can have something in front of you if you want. Just something stable, of course. And we're just going to move through this a little bit. So on an inhale, we'll lift the hips up as high as feels comfortable, and exhale, we'll come back down. Just at your own pace. Lift as high as feels comfortable. I already said that. Also, lift as high as feels comfortable. Just want to reiterate. Let's find one more. On the exhale, we will come back to our lunge. We're going to step back to forward fold, and we're going to switch. So step back with the left foot now, or the opposite foot. Same thing, make sure the front knee stacks on top of the front ankle, and when you're ready, we're just going to move through the lunge. Inhaling as we lift, exhale as we come back down. And just at your own pace. Ooh, space music. Let's do one more. And then coming back to our lunge, and let's step forward, forward fold. And then on an inhale, to reverse swan dive. So bend the knees, will hinge from the hips. We'll come up. And let's flow through chair. We'll exhale, we'll sit back, weight into heels and hips, arms sweep forward. We'll inhale back up. And just continuing with the breath. Good. Let's next inhale, bring just the right arm up or one arm up, and we'll stretch through the side of the body. Exhale back down to chair. Other arm on the next inhale. And just continuing to switch side to side a few times. Good. Next inhale, let's bring both arms up. We're also going to take the right leg or one leg out to the sides for a side leg lift. Exhale back to chair. Other leg on the next inhale. Good. Going with the breath. This is really good for the core. Also, it kind of messes with the brain, which is good. Got to make the brain work. Let's do one more on both sides. Whew, this always makes my shoulders tired. Okay. Inhale back up. Let's exhale, hands down by our sides. Mountain pose. And let's just roll one shoulder back. Woo. Let's switch to the other one. Oh, my shoulders are tired. Woo, boy. All right. Well, from here, exhale, let one ear drop to the shoulder. Inhale back up. Exhale to the other side. And just continuing side to side a few times. Let's find one more on both sides. We'll meet back at center. And then from here, let's step out with the feet so they are about wingspan base. So if arms are at shoulder height, feet are about under our hands, toes turn out a bit, heels tuck in. Inhale, arms up, and exhale down to a squat. So bending knees, drawing elbows in towards the spine and ribs. And we'll inhale back up. And we're just going to continue with the breath. Ooh, boy. Hello to anyone joining us. I see people dropping in and out, which is good. Stop by, see what we're doing. Let's do one more. And after this inhale, let's exhale, hands to the heart, and we're going to step back to the top of the mat. So readjusting. Oh my goodness. I need to wake up more. Okay, we're going to do a sun salutation. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Bend knees, hinge from the hips, come down, forward fold. On an inhale, we're going to lift halfway to monkey. So hands on the mat or the shins, torso's just coming about halfway up. On the exhale, we're going to step back to child's pose. Or, if you know the full version and want to do it now, feel free to do so. Otherwise, follow me through this kneeling version. So on an inhale, we're going to come forward to kneeling plank. Shoulders stack over wrists, hips past knees. Shift the body weight forward a little bit more. Exhale, bend the elbows for kneeling crocodile. And then we're going to add low cobra. So release hips and belly to the mat. Just use the core to lift the shoulders into low cobra. Hands mostly rest. And then on the exhale, we'll lead with the hips, keeping the back flat as we come back into child's pose. And then we'll step back to the tops of our mats to forward fold. And on the inhale, we'll reverse swan dive. Bending knees as we come up. We'll exhale, chair. Sitting back. Good, let's do another one. Inhale up. We'll do full version. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, monkey, lift halfway. Exhale, step back into down dog or child's pose. So down dog is the full version, but feel free to do the previous one. So we're going to inhale forward to plank. That can be on or off the knees. For full, shift forward onto the toes. Exhale, crocodile, on or off the knees. Inhale, pull the belly button through, flip over the feet for up dog or low cobra. And exhale back to down dog or child's pose. And then we can hop, step, or walk to the top of the mat, forward fold. And on the inhale, we'll reverse swan dive. We'll exhale, chair. Good, let's inhale back up. Let's exhale back to chair. Let's hold the pose here. Arms out at the heart or on the thighs. We'll take a moment. I'm gonna do thighs. Just find those deep breaths. Good. On our next inhale, from here, let's step back with the right foot, and we're going to come all the way down to a runner's lunge. So just kind of letting the chair come all the way down to the floor. Hands can be on the mat or the floor or an object like blocks or something else that you have. Let's just hold here for a few deep breaths. And I'm going to switch sides so I'm facing you. Let's walk around to the center of the mat. Let's turn toes and knees out, bending knees a little bit. And we're just going to move from side to side in the hips. This always feels nice. So exhale to one side, inhale to the other. And just going with the breath from side to side. Whew. I can feel it in my calves. Let's find one more on both sides. And then let's walk back around to the top of the mat. And I'm going to turn around again so I can face the other way, because we're going to add a twist. So for this, make sure the right wrist is directly underneath the right shoulder and is in line with that left foot. Left hand's going to come up to the left thigh. Find a nice long spine. And on an exhale, we're going to let the belly go first to the left, head last. And I'm going to drop the back knee today because my ankle is not happy about this pose. So you can do that as well. You can drop the back knee, hand can stay on the thigh, can scoop to the sky. Whatever feels comfortable for you, just listen to your body. Hi, sports and fitness. I'm not going to go over to just chatting. I'm going to stay right here. Hey, thank you for following. We have a spooky follow. Thank you very much. All right, let's find one more deep breath. On the exhale, we're going to flip back to center. And let's step back to down dog from here. Let's go ahead and step all the way back. And take a moment. We're going to breathe into legs back. Press shoulder blades against the back as well, so that the shoulders can move away from the ears a little bit. Good, and we're going to move through a vinyasa. So that's just the middle part of our sun salutation from earlier. So starting in down dog or child's pose, inhale to full or kneeling plank, shift forward, exhale full or kneeling crocodile, shift forward, inhaling up dog or low cobra, and then exhale back to down dog or child's pose. Good, and from here we're going to walk back to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale to reverse swan dive, and let's exhale back to chair. Let's hold here again. So again, the hands can be out, arms can be out, hands can be at the heart or on the thighs for supported chair. I'm going to do heart this time. It's amazing. The more you hold these poses in yoga, the longer you can hold them, obviously, but just the way that strength builds up is fascinating to me. All right, so from here, we're gonna step back with the left foot this time into our runner's lunge. And again, make sure front knee stacks on top of the front ankle, and you can always have hands on something else if you need an extra lift, or they can just be on the mat. You do not have to have props. They are just an option. Ooh, good morning hips. That's what my hips are saying. They're saying hello. Just in case you were wondering. Use cats. Yes, cats are great supports indeed. They are very stable and strong and love holding up your body weight. Good. Let's go ahead and walk around to center. This time, bend knees, bring hands to thighs. We're going to come all the way up and we're going to find a sun pose. So come down to a squat, arms are at shoulder height, palms face the sky for sun pose. I bet this one's called sun pose because you're like a sun. Got all the rays, your arms are sticking out, your head, your legs, I don't know. All the yoga poses names are crazy and hilarious. Now I'm starting to build up a sweat. I don't know about you guys. It always blows my mind. I'm like, what have I been doing? How did I do this? It does kind of look like starfish, Marie. You know, in my voice class in college, we had this thing where, I forget what it was called, be a starfish or something. That's all I think of. And I just remember it being ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know. That's true, Marie. I think we figured out why it is named sun pose. Good, let's inhale, arms up. Let's exhale, swan dive down. Now we're gonna walk back around to the top of the mat. I'm gonna switch sides so we can do this twist. Twist! Okay. Again, left wrist underneath that left shoulder and in line with that right ankle. That's gonna help protect all the joints. Right hand to the right thigh, long spine before you twist, and when you're ready, belly first to the right, head last. You can drop the back knee, right arm can go to the sky, or stay on this right thigh. I'm gonna stay right here. Right here. Ah! I can tell it's cool in here, but I'm still sweating. Thumbs up for sweat. Oh, it's a dance time. Oh, hi, Utter Chaos. Thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you this morning? Oh, I can feel that in my hips. Let's find one more deep breath. Exhale, let's come back to center. Let's step back to down dog. Oh, let's do another vinyasa. So down dog or child's pose to start. Inhale to full or kneeling plank. Shift forward. Exhale, full or kneeling crocodile. Shift forward. Inhale, up dog or low cobra. And exhale back to down dog or child's pose. Oh, this feels good on my hamstrings. Let's hold down dog a little bit longer. Right from here, let's come forward to plank. Let's drop the left knee down. We're gonna find a kneeling side plank. So pick up that left knee a little bit. I'm gonna add some cushion underneath it. Feel free to do the same. We're gonna sweep the right hand to the sky, stacking shoulders. Ooh, daily painting routine. That's cool. I would like to do that. Good idea. All right, you can lift the right leg if you would like, or you can keep it on the mat. I'm gonna keep mine on the mat today. It's up to you. You can also have this right hand under the hip. It's really whatever feels best for you. Oh, I'm gonna do that. This arm is falling asleep. All right, from here we're gonna switch to gates. We're just gonna press off this left hand. We're gonna come all the way up. Yay, plank! Left arm to the sky, so the wrist stacks over the shoulder. Right hand to the right side. We're looking for the stretch on the left side. Might get one on this inner right leg as well. What kind of painting do you do, Utter Chaos? Is it like canvas painting, or do you paint like figurines or some other type of painting? This pose is interesting to me because sometimes it feels really good and sometimes I can't do it because of my hips. It's always interesting to see where I am on a day. Oh, wow. That's a lot. Good job, Utter Chaos. Plank is intense. Good, next exhale, let's go ahead and come all the way back down. We're gonna drop the right hand down. Let's hold plank. Just because Utter Chaos is so good at it, we should do it too. All right, we'll hold it for a few deep breaths. I'm gonna flip to the other side, so keep holding. Oh, planking, I saw painting. I saw painting. Can you paint while you plank? All right, let's switch to our kneeling side plank. So drop the right knee, pick up that knee a little bit as you turn the foot behind you, left hand to the sky. Stacking shoulders. Bob Ross was really into planking as well. Fun fact, totally true. Totally true. You know, I don't know that it's not true. No one's told me if Bob Ross likes to plank. Anything is possible. I like painting, but I have a hard time getting what's in my head onto the page, so it frustrates me. But I have not tried planking while painting. Maybe that's my problem. Happy little planks indeed. Yep, Bob Ross facts. This is where you come to get those. Let's switch to gate. Press off with the right hand. We'll come up. Right wrist over the right shoulder. Left hand to the left thigh. I have all the Bob Ross facts. Oh, brain. Brains. Oh, cool. I will. I'll have to check that out, Utter Chaos. This side feels better than the other side. Awesome. Well, thank you for stopping by. Have a good rest of your day. Oh, okay, next exhale. Let's come all the way back down. Let's drop this left hand. Let's extend back to plank, and let's come back to down dog. Taking a moment here. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the bits, Utter Chaos. All right. Whew. Oh, man. Down dog feels good today. All right, let's move through vinyasa. Down dog or child's pose to start. Inhale to another plank. Shift forward. Exhale, crocodile. Shift forward. Inhale, up dog or low cobra. And exhale, back to down dog or child's pose. Where are we at? Ooh, boy. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead and walk to the top of the mat. On an inhale, let's reverse swan dive. We're gonna come up. Let's exhale, hands to heart. Good. All right, we're going to do a standing quad stretch, balance pose. If you would like to do this near a wall or an object to hold on to, please feel free to use one. All right, weight and balance. Let's start with the right foot. Either foot really, doesn't matter. We're going to bend the left knee or the opposite knee. Reach back with the left hand to the ankle, right hand to the hip, out to the side or to the sky. Mostly it can go anywhere except to that ankle, because when we do that, we start to pull the ankle in towards the center line of the body, which twists the knee, the hip, and potentially the ankle. So avoid that. Foot is flexed, that protects that knee. And then think about trying to press the foot into the hand. So normally with this pose, you see people crunch the leg up against the body. We want to avoid that because that's forced flexion on the knee, which we don't want to do. We want to protect those knees. Knees don't really need to be stretched. We want them to stay stable. Whew. But holding here. Also, keep joints in line, so knee, ankle, and hip. sort of what I was already saying, but just to specify that. Ooh, let's find one more deep breath. On the exhale, just release that leg. Shake them out. We'll switch sides. Weight and balance to the left leg or the opposite leg. Bend that right knee, same thing. Reach back with the right hand to the ankle. Another thing you can do is hook something around the ankle and hold on to that. Because sometimes grabbing the ankle doesn't work for everybody. Sometimes it doesn't really work for me. Kind of changes day to day. Good. All the same things apply. Left hand to the hip, out to the side or to the sky. Whew. Oh man, I can feel that stretch on this side. Right in that thigh. Ooh, let's find one more deep breath. Exhale, release that leg. Shake them out if you want. Oh boy, okay, let's step back to our wingspan base here. Turn toes and knees out, bend knees. We're gonna inhale, arms up. We're gonna exhale, we're gonna swan dive to standing straddle split. Right, so for this pose, we want the spine to be straight while we get this stretch in the hips. So there are a lot of options to find that. The first one is to keep toes and knees turned out with knees bent. If straightening the legs out today seems comfortable, pigeon toe for straight legs. So turn toes in for that option. You could also use something under the hand. So anything you have can work to give you an extra lift. Or from the straight leg option, if it feels like there's more room, you can hinge forward from the hips, coming as deep as feels comfortable. All right, so find the variation. These kind of go in levels. So you want to start here, then with legs straight, and then maybe something under the hands, and then you can come forward. Feel free to try them all out. See where you're at. Cool, but we're going to press into both feet as if we're trying to stretch them out between them. And just send the breath into the stretch. All right, next inhale, let's come back up to parallel to the mat. If you've come forward, turn toes and knees out, and let's walk back around to the top of the mat. From here, let's drop the back knee. Let's step back to all fours. Let's come back to child's pose because that seems nice. Any variation. You can stack fists under the forehead for an extra lift. Arms over the head or by the feet. But you can rock side to side if you want, or just hold the pose. And it seems we lost music, so stay in child's pose. I'm going to go check on that real quick. All right, not sure what happened, but we're gonna switch to some a little bit more relaxing music here as we're coming down to the deep stretches. So we're still in child's pose. And let's inhale forward to all fours. And let's sink hips to one side. We're going to swing the feet around, placing them flat on the mat. And let's do a little core work and massage the hips at the same time. So place hands behind the hips. Fingers are turned in towards the body. That's going to open the shoulders. You can use fist to wrist, turn palms towards one another for that option. Bring both legs up. On an exhale, we're going to roll onto one side and draw the knees in towards the chest. Inhale, swing the legs at center, and exhale to the other side. All right, and just going with the breath, you can adjust the intensity of the core work. For more intensity, extend the legs out further on the inhales. For less, keep them in closer to the chest. Oh man, this feels good on my hips. They needed it. They needs it. Ooh, let's find one more on both sides. And we'll come back to center. And then once here, my mat keeps scooting forward. Yeah. Okay, once here, let's do all the rest on our backs because that sounds nice. All right, both hands behind one leg. Use that leverage to come back to the mat. And we're gonna find bridge. So place feet flat with ankles and knees in line with the hip sockets. Hands are beside the hips. Gaze to the sky. Try to avoid turning the head side to side in bridge because we are at an angle on the neck with a bit of pressure. So we want to protect the neck. All right, so when you're ready, on an inhale, lift the hips up as high as feels comfortable. We'll hold here, squeezing the inner thigh a little bit to keep those knees in line with the hip sockets. And if you want to, you can add chest expansion. For that, we'll clasp hands together underneath the back and walk the shoulders underneath us a bit. And just hold here. All right, next exhale, let's gently roll back to the mat. And let's go into knees to chest. To let the back release, you can just hold the pose or you can rock if you want. All right, let's drop the left foot to the mat. And we're going to take the right leg to the sky, and we're going to stretch this hamstring. So you're going to hold on anywhere to this leg, anywhere except for the knee. So thigh, calf, you could do a yoga toe hold. First two fingers hook around the big toe, thumb caps off on the top of the toe. You could also hook something around the top of the arch of the foot. If you do that, make sure the arms are long. So walk the arms up as far as they'll go. Good, and then we're focused on flexing the foot and pressing through the heel, and you can draw the leg towards the chest a little bit, but don't feel like you need to force the stretch. Just let it be where it wants to. Left knee can be bent or the leg can be extended to the mat, whichever feels best for you today. Let's find one more deep breath. On the exhale, we're going to switch to pigeon. So we're just going to bend this right knee, and we're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh. And we're looking for the stretch in the right outer hip and glute. So if you feel it here, go ahead and stay. If you don't, draw that left knee in towards the chest, clasp hands behind the left thigh. And we'll breathe into that stretch. Right, next exhale to keep the legs crossed, but drop the left foot back to the mat if it's lifted. Take arms to a tee out from the shoulders, and we're going to let both legs fall to the left into a twist. And we can turn our gaze to the right and just release into this pose. All right, next exhale to come back to center, and we're going to switch sides. So let's start with the left leg. We'll start with the hamstring stretch. So foot to the sky, hanging on anywhere except the knees. The thigh, calf, yoga toe hold is an option. You can hook something around the top of the arch and hold on to that. But focus on flexing the foot, pressing through the heel. You can draw the leg closer to the chest, but don't feel like you need to force a stretch. Right knee can be bent, or you can extend the leg, placing your heel on your computer if you're like me. Don't do that! A pose that I know but can't do. Yeah, there's definitely some poses. There's mostly arm balances, because I don't do a whole lot of arm balances in general. Although, having said that, I don't know that I know how to get into a lot of them. Sometimes, with some of the arm balances, I do know I can't hold them. I'll say that I can hold all of the handstands, but not out away from a wall, so it kind of depends on how you view that. I don't really think that's important, but some people do. And then pigeon, actually, and not this one, but the other version, can be really hard for me to hold because it's too much on my hips sometimes. My least favorite pose, oh, I have to sneeze, hold on. I did it, hooray. I'll have to think about that. All right, let's switch to pigeon while we're thinking. So bend the left knee, cross the left ankle to the right thigh, and again, you can stay here or draw the right knee in towards the chest, clasping your hands behind that right thigh. Keep the left knee open as much as you can. I have some poses I don't like a whole lot because they hurt me, because my body just isn't great for it, like pigeon, because I have dancer's hip, which means that I have inflammation in my piriformis muscle, which causes issues all through my legs. So that makes it hard for some of those poses because it's very tight. Butterfly can be really hard for me. What else? There are some poses I don't teach because, generally speaking, they cause forced flexion or things like that. Like, what's it called? I think it's like queen something something. There are a lot of poses that are like supposed to be thigh stretches that essentially kind of crunch your knees. So I stay away from those. Yeah, isn't it? It has a lot of names. You can call it dancer's hip. You can call it, I've heard it called yoga hip, or snapping hip or popping hip, because what happens is that piriformis gets tight and it adds tightness to this IT band. And so whenever you bend your hips or you get up or down, it causes that IT band to go over the hip bone and you hear the pop because it's so tight. It happens for a lot of dancers too. All right, let's release this right foot back. We're going to switch the twist, letting both knees fall to the right and turning our gaze to the left. It's an interesting thing. It's from overuse, essentially, and probably a mixture of too much flexibility and lack of stability, which is an easy balance to get
it's hard to keep that balance, basically. It can be. These are the kinds of things that, you know, can happen. That's why yoga and all that kind of stuff is really great, but it can also be harmful. You have to listen to the body and then adjust for it. Yep. Or rather, high dex, low strength is bad, is really what it is. Whenever you get stronger, you can, like if you do a lot of, like lifting or a lot of like muscle building without stretching, you lose mobility, which can be dangerous, but you have a lot of stability. If you stretch all the time without building strength, you lose your stability in favor of mobility, and you really want to find the middle ground. So if you're really flexible, you actually want to focus more on strength. All right, let's come back to center. Now let's move into some final relaxation. So find any position that feels comfortable for you. You can lay in Shavasana. Shavasana is corpse pose. So it's basically laying like this. And just turn your attention back to the breath. And remember, this part of the practice, is actually really important because it allows the body to rest and you to kind of come back after the full practice. But also it's also something that you have to practice because it takes the brain a while to be able to do this. So what we're looking for here is just to let the body release, and we just want to be present. You don't need to have a perfect place. Everything does not need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfectly quiet, perfectly peaceful, whatever else you might feel. It's just about being here with what is. So to do that, let the mind focus on the senses. Focus on what you hear, what you feel. And if you catch the mind wandering, just bring it back to the senses and to your surroundings. let's start to wiggle fingers and toes. Add wrists and ankles, rotating them around. And let's stretch our arms over our heads. Reach from fingers to toes. Let's add the face, opening the eyes wide and the mouth sticking out the tongue, taking a deep exhale. And then let's roll onto one side. We'll use our hands to come up to a seated position. Me too, Marie. I don't like practice. I just want to be perfect immediately. Story of my life. All right, once here, let's find an inhale, sweeping arms to the sky. Exhale, hands back to the heart. Oh. Just take a moment here to check in after the practice, see where you're at. Thank you all for joining me today and sharing your practice with me. Namaste.